They say that when you move into a new house, you bring your future with you. Your furniture, your photographs, your plans for the years ahead. But what if the house already had a future plan for you? What if before you even unpacked the first box, it had been waiting, watching, and writing? This is not the story of a haunted house. It began with a dream. For years, Daniel and Emily Hedge had saved every extra pound they could spare. Daniel, a meticulous accountant, worked long nights balancing other people's books, while Emily, a patient primary school teacher, quietly shaped the minds of children. Together, they believed in sacrifice, in putting off small pleasures for something greater. That something was a house, a forever home where their two children, Sophie and Noah, could grow up safe, happy, and free. After months of searching, they found it. A two-story colonial on Meadowbrook Lane in the quiet town of Woodpine. With its wide porch, freshly painted shutters, and sprawling oak tree in the yard, it looked like the kind of home people passed by and whispered, "Lucky family." They signed the papers with excitement. Emily imagined baking in the kitchen with sunlight pouring through the windows. Daniel pictured teaching his son how to ride a bicycle in the cul-de-sac. It was in every way their dream come true, but dreams can turn dark. On their second night, Daniel opened the mailbox and pulled out a thick cream envelope. Its edges were crisp, its handwriting precise. There was no return address. "Probably a welcome note from a neighbor," he told Emily, smiling as he tore it open. But his smile faded as his eyes skimmed the words. "Dear new neighbors, welcome to Meadowbrook Lane. I've been waiting for you. I've been watching this house for years, and I know it better than you ever will. The walls, the pipes, the floors, they all speak to me. I hope you will take care of it. It deserves respect. It is mine after all. Now that you've moved in, I will be watching you. Sincerely, the Watcher." Daniel chuckled nervously. Teenagers, probably some sick prank. But Emily didn't laugh. She reread the letter, her skin prickling with unease. Days passed. The children unpacked toys, Emily arranged the kitchen, and Daniel set up his office. They tried to forget about the letter, but just as they were beginning to relax, a second one arrived. This one was darker. "Hello again. I see you've started making changes. Be careful. This house does not like change. Your children are lovely. I've already given them names in my mind. I wonder which one will take the room at the top of the stairs. That one has the best view." Emily nearly dropped it. Her worst fear had come true. Whoever this was, they were watching the children. Daniel contacted the police. Officer Raymond, a broad-shouldered veteran of the force, came by. He bagged the letter as evidence. "Likely some crank," he muttered, though even he couldn't hide his unease. Still, no one in town seemed suspicious. The Harpers' neighbors were polite, if distant. Across the street lived Mr. and Mrs. McCarthy, a frail elderly couple. Next door was Allison Green, a single mother juggling two jobs. At the end of the lane was Mr. Miller, a retired police officer with a strict, watchful eye. Daniel wondered, could any of them be behind it? Then came the third, slipped under their front door in the dead of night. "Why haven't you left yet? Most families know better. This house doesn't want you. Do you hear the creaks at night? That's not the wind. That's the house telling you to leave. I've been watching from the shadows. I see you brushing your teeth, Emily. I see you tucking the children in, Daniel. I see everything." Emily was terrified. Daniel installed security cameras around the property. He checked them every morning. Yet the footage revealed nothing. No intruders, no shadows, just silence. Still, the letters grew more intimate, more sinister. One read, "The basement is the safest place. Too bad you never go down there. It would be perfect for the children. Dark, damp, hidden from the street. No one would hear them there." The police began interviewing neighbors. Mr. Miller, the retired officer, bristled at the questions. "I spent 30 years protecting this town," he snapped. "You think I'd waste my time writing silly notes?" Allison Green, exhausted from her late-night shifts, admitted she barely noticed the hedges. "I've got enough on my plate. Whoever's bothering them, it isn't me." The McCarthys, fragile and frail, seemed harmless, until Emily noticed that Mrs. McCarthy avoided eye contact whenever the letters were mentioned. Was she hiding something? And then there was the postman, a quiet man named Leonard who delivered mail with clockwork precision. When asked, he smirked. People send all kinds of things. Some folks don't like new blood on Meadowbrook Lane. The hedge's unease deepened. Everyone felt like a suspect. Nights became unbearable. Emily swore she heard footsteps on the porch. Sophie, the eldest child, said she saw a man standing under the oak tree, staring up at her window. But by the time Daniel checked, there was nothing there. One stormy evening, a letter was taped directly to Sophie's bedroom window. The little one at the top of the stairs is my favorite. She looks out like she sees me. Tell her to wave next time. Emily's scream pierced the house. That night, they packed their things and fled to Daniel's brother's house across town. But the watcher wasn't finished. A week later, another letter arrived at the brother's house. Running won't help. This isn't about the house anymore. It's about you. I'll always be watching. The police were baffled. How had the watcher found their new address so quickly? Was it someone close to them? Someone they trusted? Suspicion fell again on Mr. Miller, the ex-police officer. He had the knowledge, the training, even the obsession with surveillance. But there was no proof. Others whispered about Mrs. McCarthy, claiming her late husband had once worked on the house decades earlier, and that she believed it still belonged to her family. Every theory seemed plausible. None could be proven. The stress fractured the hedges. Daniel grew withdrawn, obsessively reviewing camera footage. Emily became paranoid, jumping at every knock on the door. Their marriage strained under the weight of fear. The children, once carefree, grew silent. Sophie refused to sleep alone. Noah cried at night, whispering, "The man is outside." The watcher had succeeded, not just in terrifying them, but in dismantling their lives piece by piece. Eventually, the Hedges sold the Meadowbrook Lane house at a massive loss. They moved far from Woodpine, leaving behind the dream that had turned to a nightmare. But the watcher didn't stop. Letters continued sporadically, each one colder than the last. The final one they received read, "You made a mistake leaving. The house misses you, and so do I." The case remains unsolved. The police never identified the watcher. Suspects came and went, but evidence was non-existent. And so, Meadowbrook Lane stands with its fresh paint and its whispering oak tree, waiting. Families still drive past it, some even dream of buying it. But those who know the story hesitate, because behind its perfect facade lies a chilling truth. The watcher could still be there, and he might already be waiting for his next family. Fear isn't always about shadows in the dark. Sometimes it's about the letter in your mailbox, the feeling of unseen eyes, the certainty that someone, somewhere, knows everything about you. The Hedges thought they had found their forever home. Instead, they found a nightmare that followed them into every corner of their lives. And tonight, as you listen to this story, ask yourself, if you moved into a house like theirs and a letter like that arrived, what would you do?